vocally. Joining me is Scap, and we represent Four States Casting. How's it going, Scap?
It's all good. Ready to cast. Excited for this game. And yeah, let's
Brilliant.
get it on.
We also got Silk, who's going to be running ads for us in the background. We're going to have little updates popping in on the sides, so you will be able to keep you up to date with all of the knowledge that you guys require. So, checking out the bands, without any further ado, we got on the side of Team Xtreme, picked up an Invoker, which is currently, he is #1 in terms of pick and ban rate since the 6.80 patch, and the Quaswex tends to be the invoker of choice. Although we have seen some exort builds that have been being used to some pretty good effect. Now, Team Extreme have also picked up a Visage, who is going to be their most likely #5 support. Visage, once he picks up his medallion, is set, and medallion is all he really needs. With those familiars, can deal a fair amount of damage, some early push, as well as a couple of stuns. So for the support player with some good micro skills, Visage is the hero of choice. Another tier 1 pickup. So both the Invoker and Visage, very popular pickups in the professional and the amateur scene, and I can't wait to see what Team Xtreme are going to be picking up to round out this five-man team. What are you thinking of the Radiant pickups on the side of Mugen's Gap?
I see the Doom, and well, I every time when I see a Doom, I get nervous. That ultimate ability of his Doom is pretty much a counter to everybody, and he pops it, and that person's out of the fight. It's pretty much a big deal, and I see the Lich. Lich can constantly harass in lane by sacrificing his own creep, and just throwing down his Chain Frost ability is so massive in team fights.
And this frost, now the frost armor is gonna be useful on Doom, because Doom has a base armor of 0, really low base armor, and that's one of his big weaknesses is his armor. So the Lich pickup is going to be great for him, but not only him, but this Axe pickup as the third hero for Team Mugen. The Axe pickup with a little bit of armor on an Axe in the early levels can really be a hard lane to go up against. So it'll be interesting to see. We're most likely going to see the Lich supporting the Doom, but we could see some really good dealing a fair amount of damage. And the Doom, with his ulti, he's already got a prime target right now. That first pick up, the Invoker. Dooming that Invoker is going to be a big deal. If you manage to doom him and he's going to be silenced, there is nothing that Invoker can really bring to the table.
Yeah, I see this Centaur War Runner right now, and it's a nice round out for Team Extreme, I think, to allow, with his ultimate ability charge, to get everyone at the right place at the right time to start charging after that Doom and try to hunt for him in the jungle as much as possible. And he's also just so tanky. He's got a natural strength gain of 3.8, which is one of the highest strength gains in the game. So he's kind of like really handy for pretty much anybody on this team. Centaur's always a good pickup, in my opinion.
And he is becoming more and more popular as the current meta progresses. I mean, getting an early blink tagger, throwing Centaur War Runner into the offlane. He's got a quick level 6, so he can initiate. He can use his ulti to initiate with the other team members without even having to be there. And he can also farm up a blink dagger nice and quickly, and really start making plays happen. And having that high mobility. So Invoker, we're going to be seeing Invoker mid. Let's be honest. Where else is he going to go? So Invoker mid, we're going to be seeing Visage and Rubik going to be supporting. I have an inkling that Centaur War Runner is going to be heading into that off lane, and I think that we're yet to see who Team Xtreme are going to be picking up in terms of their #1 position carry. And I am interested to see who's going to be paired with the Visage and the Rubik. On the side of Team Mugen, though, the Dazzle pickup really, really good. They're going for a bit of an armor strat here with the Dazzle and the Lich. They've got some good armor buffs coming out from both of these guys. So Axe and Doom are going to be very, very nice, nicely set up with their HP, their base HP, which is pretty high for both of them, and coupled with that armor increase is going to be really nice. Who do you? I think Axe is most likely could be running an aggressive try and leaving Doom into solo safe lane, or I think that would probably be the best team setup for Team Mugen to really apply pressure to whichever carry Team Xtreme are going to be actually picking up. But I'm still not sure how they're going to lane it. Whether they're going to be picking up another carry and sending Doom into the mid, or are they going to send Doom into the off lane, or maybe Axe is going to be solo lane. It's what are you feeling? What does your gut say, Scap?
I'm I see they could possibly lane the Doom. I mean, Lich can get the armor buff on him, so he can definitely start dealing with that harass. It's possible. I mean, I've seen Doom solo classically all the time, so they still have room to pick more carry once, so they can actually start going maybe towards the late game. They already kind of got a late game build going on for their team, so so it can go either way. My gut's saying harder carry.
Yeah, well, the Morphling was banned out because, you got the Morphling with the huge carry potential as well as the ability to go mid. So I think that was a really good ban out from Team Extreme. And they've picked up the Lifestealer to round out this team and have as their main number one position carry. So we're going to see probably a defensive tri-lane with Visage, Rubik, and Lifestealer. And we're going to see Centaur Warrunner off lane with Invoker in the mid. Now, final pickup from Team Mugen.
Shadow
Stay
Fiend.
amid. Yeah. There
Whew.
we go. Nice. So that's a lot of damage, and I think Invoker is going to be in a little bit of trouble against the Shadow Fiend because as soon as Invoker's going to have the the edge at the very very start of the laning phase. Because you got Shadow Fiend who hasn't got any souls in his bank at that stage and isn't really doing a lot of right click damage. But the minute that he gets around the 12 soul mark, that's when he's going to start hitting really really hard, and Invoker's going to have a hard time laning and keeping up with the Shadow Fiend.
The armor debuff, though. The armor. Look
Oh, I
at
didn't even
all the
think of that.
armor. There's just armor, 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 armor. Stop with the armor. There's just gonna be. They're gonna throw up an assault cuirass. I'm gonna see that. I'm calling this right now. An assault cuirass is going to be made. Probably put on the Doom, but just so much armor debuff from the Shadow Fiend and the Dazzle himself. The armor buffing is gonna be coming from the Lich. Oh.
And if you
Axe can
want,
armor up. There's just so much armor on this team. Hopefully they got a little more than right click going on for them because XT is gonna be hoping to doing some serious nuking with magic.
yeah, because like picking up a Lifestealer as their last pick and seeing all that armor that the Lich is going to provide and the Dazzle. If you want any carry to be up against a high armor team, you want a Lifestealer because he's only right click damage, and the more armor you have, the better off you're going to be against him. So I think and having the armor degen aura from Shadow Fiend is really going to play into their hands. I mean, they haven't got any sort of armor increase on the side of Extreme, so they're going to be sitting pretty low armor, pretty base sort of armor levels, and they're going to be able to be smashed out by the right click of the Shadow Fiend, as well as the Doom. Even Axe with his spins.
Yeah,
Doing a lot of
and
damage.
he could easily just blink in, taunt up, say everybody hit me, and he's got 40 armor for like 3 seconds. So even he's got armor. There's just armor everywhere.
You
But
say 40 armor, put
well,
on Lich's armor on top of that,
uh,
and that's going to be even more. That's an extra 5 to minimum 3 up to 9 bonus armor on top of the 40. I mean
just
that's almost like invulnerable.
please stop. Just stop with the armor. It's making me nervous.
The Dazzle
Anyway,
with his weave.
Anyway,
Well,
without further ado, let's get this game going here. We're already seeing purchases of Smokes of Deceit already. I want to get this introductions underway. I'm going to go under the Radiant side. We got Doom being played by Rampage, whereas in the mid lane we already got three heroes. Shadow Fiend being played by, oh my god, Taylor Swift. And we have Dazzle being played by Munson. And we also have Lich in the mid lane, along with everybody. I'm seeing a Smoke and Deceit coming on here with Dedication, hashtag hard work. And to round everything off, we have Axe being played by Red Wines Kinnies? Hopefully I said that right. So, Boakley, could you please introduce the dire side?
Gaia.
Yes, please.
Yeah. In the safe lane, heading up top, we tri lane as I said, we've got Songs on the Life Stealer. We've got Angel Lemon on the Visage.
I thought that said Angel Mon.
Angel Mon, yeah, actually you're.
It's like the Pokemon. Get your Pokedexes out, kids. We're gonna check out Angel Mon.
We've got Duty W on the Ribic. In mid on the Invoker, we've got Blind Puck. Lastly, in that solo offlane position, Carameloro.
Maybe that's the name?
Carameloro? Yeah, Carameloro.
Whew.
There we go.
These names nowadays.
They do it on purpose, just to keep us on our toes. Now, checking these matchups, I feel like having the aggressive tri lane with the Axe is going to be really, really good and really going to do some work for the side of Mugen. I think Mugen in this tri lane here.
Yeah, I'm seeing this tri-lane right now, and I've already casted games where there's tri-lane versus tri-lane. This is going to be the center of the action of the game tonight, folks, or today, depending on where you are. But already we got Axe giving tons of harass with his counter helix, because that's what Axe do. And we're already seeing some regen being blown up for Lifestealer and Visage. There's so much action is going to be happening. I could see it. Sentry wards are already up. Whew.
Yeah. Now, I'm thinking in mid. I think Invoker's gonna, as I said, gonna be a little bit better off at the start. But because he's going a Quas Wex build, we're gonna be seeing a little bit less rack-click damage from him.
Oh, already we got something going on between Shadow Fiend and Invoker. We got a nice little bit of a cold snap going on the Shadow Fiend, taking a little bit of harass there. Some action is already going on here. Hopefully I won't miss too much going on here. We're already just seeing a lot happening. A lot is going to happen.
In the other lanes, dude. I got you back.
Please let me know. I'm going to try and keep an eye mostly on the tri-lane right now because Axe is already going in. Dazzle is trying to get some slow going on. Axe pulling in the Lifestealer. Lifestealer going after the Dazzle, getting the Dazzle just in time. Trading his life though. Lifestealer gets thrown down. Whew. Already. Trades happening in the tri-lane. This is already happening, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an intense game. Whew.
And I think a Rubik traded for
a Dazzle for a Lifestealer, and once again,
Dazzle for a Lifestealer, totally worth it.
Lich taking out the Lifestealer from the harass of Axe. Axe is already giving Lifestealer so much crap. It is just gonna be hell for Lifestealer, I think. Lifestealer is gonna have to start playing a little bit more carefully.
There's that stat with the Quas Wex Invoker going from such a low pick and ban rate to up to 80%.
This just in, I was just corrected by a viewer that Angelmon is actually a Digimon. I was just kidding around coming up with a new Pokemon name, so please correct me. Axe already going after the Lifestealer again. Counter Helix, Beyblade for the win. Meanwhile, we got Visage trying to give Dazzle some counter harass. Axe just pushing the lane back. Oh, Lifestealer is having so much trouble with trying to cope. Boakley, give me some thoughts right now. What are you thinking for this Lifestealer?
This Lifestealer is going to come on, like, he comes online in terms of carry potential pretty hard as soon as he gets his armlet, but this Axe is ready to fight from level freaking 1. I mean, he's going to be dealing so much damage, and that spin, you know, the counter helix right now is physical damage. It's going to be helped with any sort of armor reduction. So as soon as Weed gets up, I mean, he's just going to get even stronger with any armor reduction. So even when a Shadow Fiend with his aura just, you know, measly, you know, wanders on over into lane, that's going to again amplify the damage of that counter helix. And
Axe already going in once again. Sorry, I'm cutting you off again. Axe is starting to show his presence once again, flexing his muscles, saying, "Hey, let's go. I want to fight again. I'm taking your creep with me and starting to counter helix some more." But it's slowed back down again. This is a very hard lane for Lifestealer. Poor Lifestealer. I do not want to be Lifestealer right now. I've laned against so many Axes.
Right now is usually tapers off towards the mid to late game. Effectiveness really does taper off, but it's not going to in this. That armor reduction, all of his spins, that huge amount of armor reduction is going to really amplify the damage of each of those spins, even in the late game.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to be scaling and going to be a presence during the late game. He's got so much control. The scaling of his counter helixes is going to be there with the armor debuffs. Oh, here we go again. Lifestealer getting a face load of harass, trying to narrowly escape. Axe looking to dive, decided not to. Tower started hitting him, got a little nervous. Lifestealer narrowly escaping once again. Oh, poor Lifestealer.
Doom's doing pretty darn well, sitting in his safe lane, getting lots of last hits. He's sitting on 25, but then again, he is not actually contesting this Centaur Warrunner with any last hits. So they're kind of trading 1 for 1, getting lots and lots of XP for both of them. The Warrunner already level 6. He's got his ulti up and ready, and I think that, you know, having this early level on the Centaur Warrunner is really...
Looks like we got... I'm cutting you off. Sorry, Boakley. But we got a Invoker going after the Lich. A tornado has been thrown. Cold Snap trying to get the Lich. Lich just getting murdered by the illusions. And then another fight's going on. We got Invoker getting a double kill. Axe is in trouble now. Getting caught out of position already. Trades have been happening. Axe is trying to get away, turning around, just trying to get someone before he dies. Gets the Invoker, gets the... Oh! Whoo! Gets the Invoker and the Visage before he dies. That is just the final. He just flipped the bird to XT. He's saying, if I'm going down, I'm taking at least 2 of you with me. Well, somebody, but it just turned out to be 2. Now Lifestealer going after the Lich with open wounds. Rubik coming in to assist maybe. Dazzle in time for a heal. Looks like we got our nice little break at the moment, maybe? A little bit of harass here and there. I don't know. These tri-lane versus tri-lane games are so full of action. Something is going on all the time, constantly. Axe already level 7 from that getting that double kill. Whew. Calling Blade is up.
Huge, like, just look at me go, look at me spin. And
Beyblade. He's diving tower, cutting the creep. Oh, Axe's early game make me so sad because they do this all the time. Just the cutting of the creep. They can't deal with the Axe. They just can't because he'll just run up and start counter helixing everything. The RNG gods are definitely on his side today. Looks like they caught a Dazzle out of position. Dazzle in a whole heap load of trouble, getting a face full of Visage. Axe still caught out of position again, counter helixing, trying to get somebody. He just can't. People are in the right position at the right time. Axe getting whirlwinded into oblivion. Shadow Fiend coming in. He wants a piece of this action. He's getting lifted by the Rubik. Going after the Rubik, taking him down. Whew. Fights are happening. Getting a double kill on the Life Stealer. Whew. What a game already. High amounts of deaths. Lots of aggravation. Gold is to be made. Glory is happening. Whew.
I mean, looking at this tri lane, the axe cutting and with his armor bonus from his battle cry and Berserker's Call, and then adding the sustain from the Dazzle heal. Dazzle has instead gone for Poison Touch instead of a level in Shallow Grave, which I'm like, really? I'm thinking one level in Poison Touch, one level in Shallow Grave, which he's now decided was a good thing. Because out of had that last match, he might have been able to stay alive a little bit longer and maybe save that axe with the.
Yeah, that is true. I'm also seeing that he's getting an awful lot of disable. Oh, Axe going back in. He wants Lifestealer yet again. Chain Frost is up, bouncing between the Lifestealer and the Rubik. Rubik picking up the Chain Frost as well and sending it right back. Oh, Rubik is going to have a field day, by the way, stealing a lot of abilities. Whew, I just realized that. Rubik can have just as much fun as Axe. Looks like they're diving tower. They're going after the Lifestealer yet again. Lifestealer rages to try to get away, turning on the Dazzle. Invoker coming in as well. Axe, Beyblade for the win. Trying to get out. Whew, gets out just in time. Oh, what a game. What a game already.
That really means that he is ready and always has some mana on tap after he gets EM. Throw out a Berserker's ulti.
Yeah.
Slam dunk, culling blade. Oh, bam!
Running out of that mana is not going to be a problem here. Lots of skills are being used just to try to keep him back. That is the main deal here. But, you know, using skills, mana charges for the wand. So you kind of have to think about the trade-offs here, and so far Axe is in a very much win-win situation. Meanwhile, Axe is just talking about Axe. He's just going to keep on going and just... He's not getting any counter helixes this time. The counter helix gods are not giving him any. Now, there we go. Back to the spins. He's gotten so many already.
Draw your attention down, probably going on top, but for future reference, drawing your attention to the bottom lane with Rampage.
Oh, we got Centaur coming in with a charge. He had enough of this Axe, taking Axe down. Meanwhile, we got Dazzle trying to get to the side shot, picking up a TP, trying to TP out, and he gets out just in time. Whew. Close encounters. We got Lifestealer going after an out-of-position Shadow Fiend. Cold Snap is up, can't TP out. Shadow Fiend is down from the Invoker and Lifestealer.
So that's just evened up the kills, 9-9, even apiece. And I just wanted to sort of draw your attention to Rampage, who's on the Doom in the safe lane. He is farming up a storm. He's got his Necro Book level 1 up, he's got his Treads, he's got his Bassy. He is so fat right now. I'm sitting at, look at his net worth. It is so much higher than everyone else's right now. So he's just ISIS, and really, once he starts to get involved in these fights, he's got Doom, level 2 Doom, by the way, he's level 11, and really put a fingerprint on these, a hoof print on these huge fights that are way, which, you know, Mugen have been doing down the Doom for Axe, making room for Rampage to farm up. So I think Red Wine Skinnies, he's doing everything he can.
Yeah, we could see that. Meanwhile, there's a nice little lull in the game at the moment. so we could even have a chance to explain what is going on with Doom. Doom is definitely getting ready to come out and start joining the fight. Looks like we got a push up top, however, between the Invoker and the Rubik. Axe taunting, trying to get the Invoker to back off. Doing so very successfully, porting back mid. Getting a little bit of harass from the Shadow Fiend. Looks like we got a pause, just for a second. So, right now, in this moment of time, let's take a look at some graphs. Let's take a look at a difference in gold earned. We got Mugen here with a grand difference in gold already. It's almost 14 minutes in. We almost got 5,000 gold difference between Mugen and XT. Whereas we look at the experience earned right now, and we have a something like a 4,000. It's in something like that. Experience gain difference between on Mugen's end compared to XT's. So
and that's almost purely because of the to just solo farm, solo XP. That Centaur War Runner rotated out of his off earlier to help out with these team fights. So Caramelero fights, but now Rampage, he says, "Look, I got Necro 2 already up. My farm rate is proof." And checking out the net worth again, 0.9k, basically 7k, and that is over 2.5k more than the. So a scary farm Doom on the side of Mugen, and involved in these teams a little bit of a difference, and you have to be worried.
yeah, definitely. And looks like we have a little bit of strategizing going on during this pause. We saw a lot of drawing on the minimap. Things are, both teams are starting to decide to go. And without further ado, the game is back on. Meanwhile, we got Axe just by himself pushing the top lane, being a nuisance that he is, with Centaur and Rubik looking around maybe to gank him. But in the mid lane, we already got Doom throwing down the Doom on the killing spree, taking out the Invoker, getting the push on mid. Mugen is already getting an early tower to just keep up with this Rampage. Rampage is definitely living up to his name. The Necro books are already up to level 2. He wants to push, and they could just keep going to tier 2. It just looks like nobody's stopping them right now. Visage is trying to add some presence here, dealing with the Shadow Fiend. Looks like tensions are starting to build. Tier 2 was taken, and looks like we got 2 towers in just a short span of time. They have a push team. This is going to be a push team, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of push from the Doom thanks to the Necro book. Boakley, what are you thinking about this team right now?
I'm thinking that Mugen have managed to collect all that attention from that Doom on Axe. Shadow Fiend copped a little bit of flack, and that Invoker really did focus those 2 heroes down to that bottom safe lane and testing Doom's farm. Now that he's got his power fully leveled, he's got some HP play reckon with, and levels. Both he and Shadow Fiend, 2 level 11s versus level 11, and Centaur War Runner still a level behind him. Right now, I just feel Lifestealer with the carry potential. He has got his treads up really far behind. He's got a bracer, he's got a belt of strength, and he's got ground boots, and that is a really Lifestealer. That's purely because of the.
Boakley, we're having a little bit of a hard time hearing you at the moment, but
no.
Basically, everyone, we're summing up that Doom is ridiculously farmed already in 15 minutes, whereas Lifestealer was harassed to Kingdom Come and has little to nothing compared to the Doom. He's already gotten lowered on levels. There's already a 3-level difference between the Doom and the Lifestealer. Hopefully Doom can start bringing this back out, but the Lifestealer can start bringing something out, but we got Doom just going on and on. So, meanwhile, we could take another quick look at let's take a look at gold. And from just a simple period of time of 2 minutes, there's already a jump from 5k gold to almost 8k gold. Those two towers are really starting to add up. We got Mugen winning the fights, and the game is back on again. Doom in the jungle. We got XT trying to recoup the damages from losing a tier 2 in mid, and XT trying to cope with the loss. We got Mugen just hanging out in their jungle. Looks like they're trying to get some sort of game plan going.
And farm on the life. He's got 1900 in the bank, so he's not poor. He could buy reds and maybe go out and items coming out. It's like he wants to see more. When people look, they're just like, oh, he's got nothing. And I think he's probably going to be wanting to buy his armlet.
Yeah, maybe he wants to buy his armlet straight out. I'm not sure. Maybe it is like a psychological sort of thing is going on. Maybe to show that he looks poor, quote unquote. Or maybe he's just trying to save up for a Hyperstone already. Maybe just going straight for the Assault Cuirass. I'm not quite sure.
Invoker at top.
Looks like up top, Invoker is in a heap load of trouble, trying to get out, just can't, just misses the Ghost Walk. Rampage is dominating. Maybe we could see a Rampage from him and he lives up to his name. Let's not hope too much, but this Doom is here. He wants top tower. There's a push going on. There's a lot of pinging going on between the teams, deciding on game plans to be had. Looks like we got Axe. He's going in on the Rubik. Shadow Fiend with the DD. And looks like we got Mask of Madness. He wants that DPS out and fast. He's going to be throwing out so much right click in a fast time. The trade-off is, though, he will be very vulnerable if he gets hit during his Mask of Madness period, because when he's under it, he gets a lot of... the damage he gains is an awful lot more when it is active. But... And
the other thing is like a last cannon, make him even more brittle and very much a lot of danger cracking.
Yeah, hopefully, oh my god, Taylor Swift is ready to deal with that trade-off. But looks like we got Invoker giving the Doom some harass. Doom running out of mana, and we have Dazzle with the Doom. Looks like we have a moment's peace, sort of. Maybe? I don't think so, because we got a ulti from on the Doom. Doom is getting a face full of everything that XT has to offer. Doom is out for 567 gold to the Lifestealer. The right person, the right amount of gold.
That's a big turnaround for Team Xtreme. I mean, that's a big turnaround, and that
meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we got Axe hanging out in the trees in bottom lane. He was pushing that while they were taking out the Doom. Axe trying to get out. They just getting out, and everyone is just hanging out in the trees where Axe was. Looks like we got Treads and Armlet already purchased for the Lifestealer. Lifestealer is starting to come back. Let's take a look at net worth. Still Doom and Shadow Fiend in the lead with that much. They have so much gold on the rest of the team. Boakley, what are you thinking?
Incredible. Still the rest of the team, like the Shadow Fiend right now, still really rich.
Well, sorry to cut you off again. Oh my god, Taylor Swift is in so much trouble with the Lifestealer. Lifestealer wanting to get, oh my god, Taylor Swift getting The Doom is coming in now after the Lifestealer. Oh my god, Taylor Swift turning this around on it and taking out the Invoker. Now Visage is next, getting cold. Now Rubik trying to run away, getting held up by the axe. There's just so much. Oh, they just keep going. It is just this wave of destruction. It is a 4-man wipe on XT. XT is getting an awful lot of harass, push, and Mugen is really starting to take control of this game.
And I think going back to one of the stats that Silk actually threw our way not too long ago with the Centaur War Runner, having a win rate of 61 or 67% is really high. That's an impressive win rate for a hero that went from 1 to 10% pick ban rate.
Yes, that was very impressive, but meanwhile there is a little fight going on, and it looks like XT just kind of snuck in and got bottom lane's tier 1 tower, so they're still here. It seems like a really rough match right now for XT, but XT still able to take towers, so they still have a slight presence in this game. I don't think they're quite that much out yet.
Until Rampage finishes off his BKB, and he is not that far. He's like 50 gold, and then get it sent out.
Oh, looks like we caught a Nyx bomb coming on with the Centaur and Lifestealer. We gotta see how that turns out. Meanwhile, we have Shadow Fiend, Mask of Madness up. Oh my god, Taylor Swift going in, taking the bottom tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Doom has doomed the Centaur. Centaur getting a face full of the rest of the team, and Lifestealer going down as well. Axe picking out the Invoker. Invoker trying to Ghost Walk away, gets through just in time, feeling the effects of an awful lot of taunt and earn damage. Narrowly escaping just in time.
Oh, just get out.
If I was Invoker right now, I would be clinching everything I had in my hands at that moment.
Including your butt cheeks?
Maybe
clenching my butt cheeks in that.
Yeah, I would be too. It was... Made it out, okay.
Oh, deep breaths.
Thank God they didn't have dust. Oh.
And it was a little bit of a misplay from the Doom, because he was actually accidentally body blocking Necro units, which had True Sight. So if he had looked at them go first and actually get in front and follow that Invoker, you might have been able to get it.
Well, maybe, but... Well, regardless, Invoker is incredibly lucky. He's been narrowly escaping, and ever since they buffed the Wex, he can move at max. He can move at really good movement speed with the Wex up, which is really sweet for him. So that's allowing him to get plenty of escapes going on. Looks like there's...
BKB is up on both of the cores though, so now it's not only Doom that has a BKB, but Shadow Fiend as well. So now we're actually going to be seeing a lot of Magic Community heroes that are dishing out a hell of a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, BKB is up for the Doom. Doom is ready to just stay in the fight. He is here. I'm gonna jump in. Looks like we got a big fight going on. Axe blinking in, calling in the people, dooming the Rubik. Looks like we got Invoker coming in just in time. Open Wounds is up. There is a man fight between the Doom and the Lifestealer. Lifestealer trying to get out. The Chain Frost is up, bouncing between everybody. Doom is down. Axe with the double kill. And it looks like we had a trade for a Shadow Fiend. Axe again with a cull on the Necro units. Or a creep. But it looks like we traded a Doom and a... Oh, Doom going back in. He wants some more, but just couldn't deal with the Rubik and the Invoker. Whew. Okay.
A little bit keen then from the wine, red wine skinnies. A little bit keen.
Excuse me.
unfortunately went down to the Joker, but Blind Puck actually doing quite well considering that that the cause, the Doom, the Seraphine both had BKBs and still managed to survive and high ground. I think it was mostly because they went to focus getting throws rather than the tower. Because if they got that tower, then that's a big positioning and racks
I
for that
think
stay.
they a little bit overestimated how fast they could kill the other team, maybe for and then maybe they could just kill everybody, get the tower and the racks, and then just move on. But looks like we had XT saying, no, we're here to stay. We're going to hold this high ground whether you like it or not. And they just got a little overestimated or underestimated, depending on who you're thinking about.
Depending on whose perspective.
Exactly. Looks like we have a nice little lull in the game. People are kind of pushing the lanes, farming up a little bit. So while this is happening, let's take another look at these graphs here. We got mugen, 20 Gs on XT. There's just so much gold happening right now on just mugen. They just got the money. They have so much money. They got the towers. They're in the lead as far as that goes. Looking at experience though, mugen again in the lead. Looks like we got a little over 15,000 experience in mugen's end. And while I was talking about graphs, more action was going on, and we got XT picking up a top tower. Looks like we got a Nyx bomb. We got Rosh happening with Doom. Rosh is almost down. We got Invoker coming in with a Ghost Walk, moving at max movement speed, ready to, looking like to get ready to initiate on the team, maybe? I don't know. Looks like we're backing up, though. Whew. Tensions were high there. That was high. I was getting ready. I was just, getting heart palpitations. I was ready for this, just to start calling that fight. It was ready. People are here. We got Shadow Fiend with Aegis. Oh my god, Taylor Swift. He is here. We want something to happen here. Oh, here it comes. Tensions are high. We're going to mount the high ground maybe. We almost got the boarding party set up. We got mugen waiting for their creep so they could get going on the boarding party. Quick clearing out of XT's creep. Now they are officially up. Starting to get tower. And looks like the boarding party is starting to slow down. We got a whole lot of defense and counter push from the Invoker at the moment. Looks like...
Yeah, and really good defense, and you're gonna need to pop your BKB. The Shadow Fiend and the Doom pop their BKB if they want to actually mount high ground. And I think they're just sort of not willing to do that until they've committed. Sort of a bit of a stalemate right now.
Keep in mind as well, Invoker still has Lifestealer inside of him. So maybe we could see a Nyx bomb coming out of nowhere. We're just waiting. Looks like we have Doom coming in, getting some right clicks on the tower, taking a whirlwind. Looks like we have ultis up. Centaur going in. Lifestealer popping out. Looks like we got a massive fight going on. Dazzle being taken out. Looks like we got Shadow Fiend moving back up. Shadow Fiend BKB's up. Ultis gets a double kill. Lifestealer in a heap load of trouble. Oh my god, Taylor Swift with a multi-kill. Prizes are to be had. It is a 5-team wipe, trading the Dazzle and XT's entire team. Looks like they are going for Rax here. Looks like a bottom tower and Rax as well. Why? Because why not? I'm pretty sure that is what Doom is saying right now. Doom is level 16. He's got a ton of gold. They're getting the push on bottom tower. Maybe they're going to get a second Rax out of this. Hopefully, they're hoping they can. Looks like they can. They're going after it. Bottom Rax is going to be down before XT even has a chance to do anything about it. Everyone is still down. Oh my god, Taylor Swift, you are level 20. You are fed as well with Midas. Got 6 k gold ready to spend some stuff. We got lots of things being bought here. We got Blink Dagger on the Doom. We got Veil of Discord going up, and we even have a Dagon on the Axe. Axe saying, why not? Let's just burst them down some more. Pokely,
Really,
give me
look at
some
the can you
thoughts.
check net worth? I mean, 18.9k on the Shadow Fiend, 16.1k on the Doom, and 10.8k on the. Those three all leading by a huge margin to the rest of the other teams. So I mean, Mugen, it all comes down to just a gold game, really.
Whew. Meanwhile, we got a little bit of a skirmish going on maybe here. Oh my god, Taylor Swift in a heap load of trouble. BKB's up just in time. Uses the ult to try to get something going on here. Oh my god, Taylor Swift dominating Axe with the double kill. Whew. This is maybe this is GG. We're looking at a GG maybe here, Boakley?
That's
I'm not
GG.
sure. GG's have been called. Another team wipe for Mugen. Looks like Mugen wraps this up. Ladies and gentlemen, what kind of a one-sided game. Boakley, give me some thoughts
That's
here.
official. Mugen now through to the semi-finals. So Xtreme eliminated out, and they're gonna have to wait until the next League of Dota tournament. But Mugen moving on to the semi-final, and if they win there, they're gonna find themselves in the grand final. So make sure you guys stick around. We've got some more League of Dota Season 3 coming your way. My name's Boakley. Joining me is Scap, and we represent Four States Casting. So make sure we got some tunes coming your way. Scap's personal favorites, with his masterful collection.
Of Pandora.
Yeah, exactly. So it's coming your way. So make sure you guys stick around. Click that little follow button if you're watching on Twitch. If you're on Dota TV, head over to Twitch. Check us out. We got some cool stuff. So make sure you guys click that little follow button. Keep in touch, so you know every time we go live for League of Dota as well as other tournaments that we cast. So until then, don't go anywhere. Be back in a couple of minutes.